Drinking wouldn't have allowed me to explore this other area of me and kind of was keeping me at this level. Like drinking, when you're drinking a lot, never elevates you. It never progresses you forward. All it does is just keep you here. Keeps you here. You know, you never have heard anybody ever say that I am really glad I started drinking again. Nobody's ever said that because there's no reason to be glad if you've stopped and you've seen the positive aspects that drinking has made towards your life being improved in every way, shape, or form. It's like there's no reason to look back, and that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm really not even like, oh, I'm 100 days sober. I hope I can make it 100 more. I'm almost like drinking isn't even a thing for me anymore. I don't drink, and life has gotten so much better without drinking in every way. So I know a lot of people hit me up on Twitter about being sober. I know a lot of people always ask me questions about it. So I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to form a place where people can get together and talk about issues with addiction. It doesn't have to be limited to alcohol. It can be any other addiction. I know there's every addiction out there. And even if you're having a hard time in life with depression, if you're having a hard time in life with your family, with work, anything, I know that everybody needs somebody to talk to, and not everybody has somebody to talk to. So I'm going to use Ruin Your Day as a platform for that. Every week on Wednesdays, I haven't decided a time yet, probably around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to have Ruin Your Day live for an hour. And basically what's going to be happening is the chat is going to be live, and that's going to be used as the floor for everybody to talk. I might be on a video feed answering questions to the chat. I might pull up some music that Ruin Your Day made to play. I might play some video in the background. It's going to be sort of a free-form vehicle type of feed. There's not going to be really a set thing that we're doing. The only thing that I want to go on is I want people to feel like it's a safe place to come into and talk and vent, talk to other people, maybe give advice. I'll be in there if anybody wants to ask any questions about being sober. I can give whatever advice I can for that. And yeah, essentially, I just think there needs to be a place like that. I think AA works really well for a lot of people because it's a community. It's a strong-knit community. You have a sponsor that holds you accountable for not drinking. You have other people that are going through the same thing as you. You realize there's a whole world out there of people that just don't drink. And that's rare these days, honestly. So I want there to be a place like that on Ruin Your Day doesn't have to be just limited to alcohol. It could be anything. You know, like my parents went through some heart problems this year, and that really devastated me. So, you know, I needed somebody to talk to about that. My ex-girlfriend's dog that I really love got cancer. My close friend just had cancer. So it's been tough for me as well this year, and I'm really thankful that I've had Ruin Your Day to talk to you guys about battle rap and forget about the troubles in my life, but I want to give back, and I want to create a platform where we can all come together and sort of be each other's shoulder to lean on every now and then. So just wanted to make this video to talk about me getting sober, my experience with it. Honestly, to wrap this up, being sober is like probably the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. Me breaking up with my ex-girlfriend that I love to this day has been the best thing that's ever happened to me too as well. It's really like jump-started me to make big improvements in my life that I'm really proud of. And yeah, I mean, I think anybody out there that's struggling with addiction, the first question you need to ask for yourself if you're thinking that you might have a drug problem, alcohol problem, any sort of problem is, if I'm asking myself if I have a problem, I might have a problem. Do you want to take the next step to solving it? Do you want to get clean? Do you want to get sober? And all I can say is being sober is amazing. It's great. I would never trade it for anything. It works really well for me. Other people can drink responsibly. I'm not one of those people. I can't drink responsibly at all. So yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for helping me through my year of sobriety. You guys really made a huge difference in my life. I want to thank everybody out there that supported Ruin Your Day, all the patrons, all the people that did a watch episode, all the guests, all the people that tuned in for watch, everybody that bought merch, everybody that bought music. It means the world to me. So thank you guys. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ruin an Hour, a safe place to talk about anything from sobriety, addiction, anxiety, depression, balance in life. My name is Kyle Gray. I'm the host of this show. We are live 2 times a week, Sundays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you for joining me. The chat's over here. I'm going to refer to the chat today. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Hope everybody's staying safe out there in quarantine. I think it's really important during these times to keep yourself as mentally and physically healthy as you possibly can, whether that be reading, whether that be meditating, whether that be exercising, going on a small walk, going outside, calling your family. Small things like that go a long way during these times. It's very easy to self-isolate and really just get into a routine of self-indulgence, and I think it's a really important and healthy thing to not practice that and to go more towards an area of balancing self-indulgence with also productivity and growth at the same time. Timothy, how you doing? Yeah, was it to you? Also, R.I.P. Clip's grandma. Speedy Calhoun, good to see you in here, man. Appreciate that. Good vibes to you, too. Of course, D.I. Gamble, going live every day, sometimes 2 times a day, which is today. Today I'm going to be doing this, and then also at 5 p.m. we're doing another round for round, probably Ilmac versus Big T. But yeah, like how I've been practicing staying mentally focused. I guess not focused is the right word, but I guess a little bit just like trying to always do something for myself that isn't just watching a television show, because although I think there is a time and a place for that, and it's great to like relax and have fun and be inspired in a certain way, shape, and form, it's also good to stimulate your mind. And how I've been doing that is I've been, trying to, when I wake up every day, is I try to read a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit every day. First thing when I wake up, because I feel like it gets my mind kind of going a little bit. What I used to do in the past when I would wake up is I would immediately get on the internet, on social media, and I feel like that's not a good way of starting your day off, because you're immediately kicking your day off with other people's thoughts and feelings and emotions, and those can be toxic at times. So I've just been reading a little bit from this book, this really small book I'm reading. It's not like a big book by any means, and I'll read literally like a couple pages. That's it, and then I'll start my day off. Derek, how you doing? Jason, I don't meditate, but that's not saying that I'm opposed to it. I just don't, because I haven't got into it. I know a lot of people that do it, and I know that it's a fantastic technique and tool. I just haven't had the time. That's an excuse. I just haven't gotten into it, to be honest with you. There's no excuse for it. But I've been trying to get into it, but it's been rough, and I know it's hard to get into for sure. But I know that a lot of people do it, and it works and does wonders for a lot of people. Hell yeah, G-Temp. Got your RYD hoodie. Let's go. Do I still have access to a gym? No, I don't. I literally work out in my bedroom. And the thing that I do is all body weight, and then I run outside. And I've never been a person that ran outside. I've always been a person that went to the gym and ran on the treadmill. And running outside as opposed to running on the treadmill are 2 wildly different things. But what I do for workout-wise is I've been doing this sort of a different Murph alternation of that workout routine. So basically I'll do 300 sit-ups, 300 push-ups and 400 squats under 20 minutes. So basically that's 20 sets of 15 sit-ups, 15 push-ups, 20 squats, and you don't take any breaks. You do that, just keep doing it. And that shit is very, very hard. Every time it's not easy. It's gotten a little bit easier. I've gotten faster. When I was first starting to do it, I was doing it around 25 minutes, and then now my fastest time is 19 minutes. So I've gotten faster. And then I do a superset. I have sandbags for film, and I think I don't know how much they weigh. I think maybe 30 pounds. And I do a set of, it's a superset, so do curls, then front lateral raises with them for shoulders, and then squats holding them by your side. And I do, it's kind of an interesting superset. I do 12 of each of those, then I do 11 of each of those, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way to 1. And basically when you get to 7, you don't stop. You go like 7, 7, 7, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5, 5, and you don't stop. And I try to do it in under 8 minutes, so 7 minutes. And then recently I've been running outside, and yesterday I ran 2.5 miles. So today I'm going to try to run 2.75 miles. Each day I'm trying to run a little bit farther. But yeah, working out is essential, and that just goes to show you don't need a gym. You can work out in your home. You can do squats with your body weight. It's just as hard, trust me. You don't need a barbell to do it. And this is coming from somebody that is obsessed with the gym. The gym was a humongous part of my day-to-day therapy. It was something I look forward to every single day. It was something that took 3 to 4 hours out of my day. I loved the atmosphere of the gym. I love going. But you can definitely acclimate and evolve and change your workout routine to fit this time. I like to listen to audiobooks. It's sort of my way of doing the same thing, I guess. That and music. Hell yeah. I mean, audio is a vehicle to take you somewhere else. So that completely is understandable. Timothy, I've been dealing with anxiety over pretty much everything, between the virus, death, literally everything. I don't feel like I have any outlets to vent to. Do you have any suggestions? Timothy, since we're talking about it, you should try to meditate. That's one of the biggest ways to deal with anxiety is meditation. Also, I would suggest exercise. I would suggest also trying to get as much healthy sleep as you can, drinking a lot of water, bunch of this stuff. Drink as much water as you can. And then once you have those things set in place, you can start like really focusing on your anxiety. But I think if you're not eating good, you're not sleeping very much, you're not exercising, you're basically going to be going against the issues that you face with a handicap right off the bat. So I think getting yourself healthy from that standpoint and then moving on to your issues is a good method of approaching them. What's up, Sandy? How you doing? MKK, do you have any tips on how to avoid emotion and use more logic staying present while speaking publicly? For instance, I've always wondered how battlers stay focused after a huge haymaker. I'm working on this. MKK, so I guess what you're saying is when you're speaking publicly and somebody does something to anger you or tug at your emotions, how do you combat that? Sandy, appreciate the $2. Banana Gang up in this piece. Yeah, I mean, that's a difficult thing because I've been one that's been pretty vocal about it's okay to feel emotions, but getting angry in a situation where anger isn't going to help the situation is problematic, and I can see that point of view. I definitely, when I've had situations come up like that, when in conversations where somebody says something that doesn't sit well with me, I always immediately try to do what the opposite of what my gut is telling me to do in that situation. So my gut will be like, okay, I guess it's maybe not my gut, but like your first instinct is like if somebody's pissing you off to get more mad at them, is to rate up the ante. And I always basically try to do the opposite of that, like try to like speak more calm, be more straightforward. If somebody's being insulting, just let them be insulting. And yeah, I think it's always kind of been a better scenario. I'll tell you guys about, this is kind of along those lines. I was at the gym once, surprise, surprise, at like really early in the morning. And this was like right when me and my I think this was right around the time me and my ex-girlfriend split up. Or maybe it was the time we went on a break or whatever, but it was a time of like a lot of self-discovery for myself. Um, and so I was getting changed in the gym, and this guy came up to me and he was like, "Hey, you must be new around here." And I was like, "Nah, I've been going here for like, I've been a member at this gym for 8 years now, probably even 9. I think, yeah, at that time it was like 11, but whatever the case, I said a big number because I'd been a member there for quite a while. And he goes, "Yeah, next time don't change so close to me." And basically we were on the same like wall of lockers, and he was a couple lockers down, but like I didn't purposely go there. What happened was I put my stuff in, I went and showered, and when I came back, he had come to his locker, so he didn't see me until I was changing. And I don't know, maybe he felt a way about me being naked near him, whatever the case is. And he was trying to be like, he was trying to be aggressive about the situation, and he was like, "Next time, don't get changed near me." And you know, my first instinct is to be aggressive back towards him and tell him, "Hey, you have no right to tell me where to get changed. This is a locker room, man. Like, grow up." But the thing is, I took the opposite approach, and basically what I did is I apologized. I said, "I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Next time I won't get changed near you." And I just started putting on my clothes, like, kind of faster to get out of his way. And he like actually apologized for being an asshole. He was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm an asshole. You know how it is. Like these new people at the gym, like trying to like bro out with me." And then I was like, "Yeah, sure, man. I know how it is." But I think like that as an example of taking the opposite approach that you immediately, your instincts tell you to, because often your instincts operate on how to keep you safe, which is deep rooted in adrenaline, anger, and things like that. And I think if you take a calm approach, breathe a little bit, it always goes a better way. But yeah, that's my long-winded story about almost getting my ass beat at the gym. Yep, the high road. When they go low, you go high. The famous words of Michelle Obama. The GOAT. Word. All right, I skipped some questions. I'll go back. Avo, how do you cope with thoughts about a heartbreak? I'm overly hard on myself for not being farther along the healing process than where I want to be, which in turn makes self-love tough when you see your ex has already moved on. Yeah, I mean, I think basically that's like one of the hardest parts. I actually wrote down a quote from this exact thing. But yeah, man, there's no timestamp on how long the healing process should take, and that is something that you need to be kind to yourself over, because what might take somebody 1 month takes another person a couple years, and they're each right for that person. Like, healing is a very subjective thing, and you can't be like, "Oh, I should be further along," because there's no "I should." You're right where you need to be for yourself at the current time. So just being kind to yourself in the time that it's taking. And if other people move on, that's because they're in a different situation. You don't even know how long that other person has been grieving. They could have been grieving the loss of the relationship, even in the relationship, honestly. And I know that's a difficult thing to think about, but yeah, like, don't put a timestamp on how long it takes to heal from a heartbreak, because I can tell you personally, it's been 2 years since I've been out of a relationship, and I still deal with it every single day. I think about her every minute of every day, and that's not something that you should really beat yourself up for. Be like, "Oh man, I should be over this. A strong person would have got over this in a month," because that's not true, because you're in the place that you need to be at. It doesn't matter about other people. You shouldn't compare yourself to other people. And yeah, if you see that your ex has moved on, like, I think the most appropriate thing, the most healthy thing is to be happy for them, and to be happy that they're happy, because they deserve that too. And if you truly love them, you should want them to be as happy as they possibly can be. And you should want that for yourself too, more importantly. You should want for you to be happy. And the way for you to be happy and practice self-love is to be kind to yourself in the healing process, and allow yourself to feel all the grief that you need to feel. So So yeah, guys, I mean, I can definitely relate. I've been there, still there today. That's right, Desi. Scotty, love you, man. Saw my comment on your experience? No, I didn't. I mean, I saw your joke about the Hulk balls. Is that what you're talking about? MKK, thank you for the advice. I'm an overthinker. At times, I'll be thinking about something else, but trying to focus on the present and use logic while speaking to somebody, which can affect my nonverbal communication. Yeah, I think everybody is a little bit scatterbrained in that way. I wouldn't really say scatterbrained, but I think everybody has a global mindset where their thoughts can go in any direction at any point in time. It's not a bad thing at all. And also, I think it's a good thing, MKK, to lean into emotion every now and then. I think it's a bad thing to try to be like, well, I only operate on logic, because then you're a fucking robot. You're not a human. A human is something that greatly operates in emotion. That's like our advantage, is having emotion. Emotion is a humongous tool and a humongous strength that we have as a species over every other species. It's something that we love in itself, is something that's powerful and moves us as a species, and it's something that I don't think you should turn your back on for like something like emotion. I think if you're trying to operate in an argument, not an argument, but in a conversation where emotion might be detrimental to it, sure, it's good to learn how to like cap it a little bit, but don't turn your back on emotion completely. That's when I got in my most depressed state, when me and her split. Black and Ease, good to see you in here. Yeah, I mean, shit, I can agree. It's definitely the most depressed I've ever been in my life, but to be honest, it's the most I've ever grown in my life, and it's the most I've ever loved myself in my entire life, if that makes sense, which is really weird and sort of contradictory, that I'm the most sad I've ever been, but I love myself the most. I think those two can operate in the same universe and live independently from each other. There's a book I'd recommend called The Power of Gratitude by Lewis Blith. It contains cool illustrations, inspirational stories, and practical ideas of giving back to others. Hell yeah, I'll look that up, The Power of Gratitude. Speaking of gratitude, Scotty, you're the best, bro. Truly appreciate how genuine you are with us fans. Scotty, love you, man. I've been doing a little art project. I actually have one of the things here. I don't know if you guys can read it because I didn't finish it, but yeah, you can't see, can you? Anyways, so I bought like cardstock, this like big cardstock of various different colors. And what I've basically been doing is I've been like X-Acto knifing out positive affirmations and like good quotes, and I'm gonna put them all around my room. I'm gonna do 16 of those. But it says it's unrealistic until it's not. That's what this says. I haven't like punched out the letters yet, and then I'm gonna put a different color back there, so it's gonna be actually like this color. Boom. It's gonna be orange back there. But I did a couple of them, and they've turned out pretty good. Actually, I'll bring one up. I could show it on the screen because I texted it to my friend. But this is how one looks. Failure is growth. And they're pretty big. So I've been doing that, and the point of that is I'm going to put those around my room right now, and I'm going to do 16 of them. So basically when I wake up and when I'm in my room working, I'm surrounded by positive affirmations and, yeah, just good stuff like that. I stopped smoking weed 7 days ago, about a 7-year habit, with it being 420 tomorrow. I was wondering if you had any advice on how to resist temptation. I'm down for a challenge, but scared I might cave. I I think, man, like if you're tempted, like just try to remove yourself from tempting situations. Like if you're by yourself, go on a walk, try to be outside, try to do something fun for yourself that isn't smoking weed. Maybe like watch a good movie that you've been putting off watching. Maybe try to read a good book. Maybe read some comics. I don't know if you're into comics. I'm hella into comics, and comics are really addicting for me. But try to do something good for yourself that's apart from the addiction. Like for me, I'm an alcoholic and a sex addict, but if I was like trying to not like get into like shooting porn like I used to do, I wouldn't go to a strip club. You know, I wouldn't like. I'm not gonna go to a strip club, especially alone. I wouldn't go to like a bar alone. You know, I wouldn't put myself in situations that would sort of trigger me and push me towards possibly doing something I don't want to do. So I think removing yourself from that situation is good. And also, 420 is just another day, man. It's only the weight that's put on it is only by society and outside people. So you don't have to put any weight on it yourself unless you want to. Another good example I can give is 2 years ago, New Year's Eve, I spent alone. And the thing is, it's like I was sober during the time, and I feel like New Year's Eve is like you were almost docked for being sober because nobody really wants to kick it with you because you're that sober guy and everybody's trying to like get fucked up and party. And that sucked. Honestly, it did suck a lot, and it sucked even more to like hear my neighbors partying like all the time because you get like this idea of FOMO. But then I'm like, hey, I'm right where I need to be. I'm fine. I'm by myself. Like this is cool. Like I can do whatever I want right now. So yeah, man, I think like just kind of removing yourself from the pressure that you're putting on the day, because nobody else is putting that pressure on you, but yourself. Because I noticed that I'm like, hey, I'm putting this own pressure on myself by being like, oh, I'm a fucking loser. I have no friends. I'm by myself. Everybody's out partying. And I'm like, that's a thing that I'm doing to myself now. So why am I doing that to me? And then just learning to be kind to yourself. As a smoker, 420 is overrated. Yep. Yeah, I never really got into smoking that big. Yeah, especially when you hear the phone, FOMO makes me depressed. Yeah, definitely, man. FOMO's the worst. It's fucking the worst. Feeling like you're missing out on something. Ditto on that, man. Being sober when my drunk friends are acting kind of stupid annoys me. No FOMO there, for sure. I agree with that. You know, being around people that are heavily intoxicated when you're sober is not fun in the slightest, and it definitely makes you feel good about not drinking. That's for damn sure. An avocado-shaped ashtray, that would be funny. That's very good. Castle, sorry to hear that, man. What's up, Amy? Sunday, how you guys doing? Being intoxicated around sober people isn't fun either. That's true. I'm sure that's very true. But real talk, you never miss out. 99% of the time, the same stuff, and then I black out and wake up. Yeah, Black and East, for sure. I mean, it's definitely fun to hang out with your friends, but the thing is, you don't need to be wasted. You don't need to drink to have fun. You know, it was kind of funny, like, when I went through my, like, 2-week span of serial dating and being on, like, the dating apps, which was terrible. But when I was on there, just, like, the method of small talk on there, it's like, it's so annoying. But I, like, hit somebody up, and this was, like, right after New Year's Eve. And I was like, hey, how's it going? She's like, pretty good. Like, I was like, how was... she was like, what did you do for New Year's? Or she was, I don't know, we were talking about something, but she's like, oh, I like missed out on New Year's Eve, but I got pretty drunk with my friends on Saturday to make up for it. What did you do? I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. I'm like, oh, I don't really enjoy New Year's Eve anymore because I'm sober now and it's kind of like lost its luster for me, so it's just kind of another day. And then she she got super mad at me, and she was like, "Well, you don't have to drink alcohol to have fun on New Year's Eve." And I was like, "I know, I'm sober." I'm very aware that you don't have to drink to have fun because that's my choice in life every day. But it's funny like how sometimes it can like actually trigger some people and feel like it's almost like an attack on them. Yeah, it's like it's funny. It's like of course it's possible to like go out and have fun without drinking. That's like the biggest thing that I actually realized when I got sober is that life is fucking rad without drinking. I used to think it was the opposite. I used to be like, man, drinking is just the thing that makes life fun. It's like what else would I do? Like I remember specifically one time one of my coworkers like was like, "Oh, I think I could be good if I never drank alcohol ever again." I remember looking at him like he was insane, like looking at him like, "What the hell are you saying, man? You can never drink alcohol again? What are you talking about? This is crazy." And now I feel like that. Now I'm like, man, I never think about drinking ever. I'm never like, man, I'm bored. I want to drink. I want to pass this boredom. Um, yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it's pretty wild how much it opens you up to like enjoying small stuff. Like you can appreciate little things that you didn't used to appreciate anymore. Scotty, feels good to not have the urge to drink. I was hanging with family and friends and just realized how dumb drunk people can be. Word up, man. Sandy, small talk is boring. I want to talk aliens, politics, and battle rap. Depth is everything. Sandy, definitely. The problem is, it's like getting to that level of talking to somebody in depth is kind of, it's like a process, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I agree with you. Small talk sucks. It's the worst. I've been the attacker on sober people, though. What does that mean, Black and Ease? You've been the attacker? Hey, Avo, was just going to be lurking, but I'll get back to you in the email afterwards. I was just going to kick it right now. Glad I got to hear more of the serial dating. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I gave you my number, too. You don't have to email me. You can just text me, man. It's perfectly fine. Sir Drop TV. We usually don't talk about battle rappers in here, but my top 5 battle rappers currently, my favorites, is Rum Nitty, Geechee, Twerk, Lux, and Hollow. So my 5. Oh yeah, Black and East, when you're hella wasted and you hate on the sober person. I used to be that guy. I used to roast people for being sober, for sure, when I was drunk. Or just when I was me. I used to be definitely an asshole, for sure. I remember making fun of many friends for stopping drinking, which is super ironic, the way life works out. How is Alfie? He's definitely on Rushmore for watch episodes. Oh, Alfie is incredible. He's with his family right now. He's doing really good. Alfie's the man. Top gangster, for sure. Working in the bar restaurant industry got me sober. Whoa, that's crazy because it's usually the opposite. Angel P, have you had any urges to drink during this quarantine? I've not. I'm generally not triggered to drink ever. There's been like literally in my almost 2 years of sobriety, there's been probably like 2 times that I've like thought about drinking. And it was like just a thought that crossed my mind, and then I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. But the thing is, I know that this time has been really triggering for a lot of people because it's really uncomfortable and it really brings out a lot of uncomfortable feelings. Like I've felt deeper depressions than I've hit in a really long time during this quarantine. But I've also got into good routines for myself as well, and I've learned a lot about myself in this time as well. And I think if anything, this time is really good for us to sit with ourselves and really only sit with ourselves. We don't have any distractions really to keep us our minds off of the areas of us that we don't want to address. Yes, I have been working out, Black and Ease. I work out every day. I do a big routine, and I run too. I try to read and run every day, which means I try to read and exercise every day. Will we get more Rune and Hours with Vessel Finesse or other battlers truly enjoy these therapeutic sessions? Scotty, of course. when the quarantine is lifted, I'm definitely trying to get more people on here. Big Avil, I'm trying to kick alcohol too. I drink 4 Loco every day, at least 3 times a day. Hey man, you got this, dude. You can totally stop. I would like definitely suggest you trying to stop, because drinking 4 Loco that much is wildly unhealthy. Not even for like the alcohol, but everything in that is so bad for you beyond like the alcohol in there. It's like you're basically just drinking a bunch of chemicals. And think about this, man. Think about how much better you will feel without it. Like, literally stop for one day and drink just water all day. And I guarantee you will feel a million times better. And be like, hey, I could feel like this every day. I could feel good every day. I could feel healthy every day. It's not even for the guilt or the shame of being an alcoholic, but just feeling better. And you can give yourself that. You can give your body that. But yeah, 2 times a week, man. I'm here on Sundays and I'm here on Wednesdays. Doing these 2 times a week now. Post some workouts. Black and Needs already talked about my workouts, but I'll go over them again. Just watch so many people fall downstairs. Plus, seeing your friends going through health issues due to drinking and drugging scares me. I got sober because I was scared as fuck, basically. I mean, hey, man, more power to you if you're able to do that. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. I'm sorry that you saw those things. It's really unfortunate, but salute to you for being strong enough to quit that. D. Jerry, how do you find the discipline or the love for yourself when you've never have gotten something off your family? I know it's about small steps, but it doesn't feel rewarding, it seems. So are you saying, sorry, my English isn't good, Netherlands over here. DeJerry, are you saying that you've never gotten love from your family, so how do you find love for yourself? Is that what you're asking? Because love for yourself really starts within you. It doesn't come from anybody else but you. And I know that's really, really hard, because if your family never reinforced love, period, then that's where it came from. And it's actually good that you know that, because then you can know that the root of you not practicing self-love started with your family. And you can understand your family dynamics there. But the root of self-love starts within you, nobody else. So, like Sandy says, practicing positive affirmations, telling you, I love you, you are loved, good will come to you, I will be good to you, the universe will be good to you. Telling yourself that in the mirror every day. I know it sounds really corny, but doing that has helped a lot. Being good to yourself as far as treating your body right, your mind right, sleeping a good amount of hours, knowing what healthy foods to eat, exercising, doing something really nice for yourself, like I know this sounds silly, but like taking care of your body, like cleaning yourself really good, and like just making sure you're like healthy overall is something that is great for steps for self-love. And then you can just practice gratitude every day, man. Every day, practice. Be grateful for something, because there's so many things to be grateful for in this life, and it can be really small. Like, I could be like, I'm grateful. This isn't a small thing, but I'm grateful that I'm talking with a bunch of you right now about something that's positive, and I feel like we're all doing a good thing right now for an hour, and I'm so glad that the world is this way, that I can turn on this machine in front of me, and this machine and that machine, and then boom, I'm like connected with 57 people, all talking about how we can love ourselves, and it's a great thing, and I'm happy the sun is shining, and I'm blessed, you know? The world is a very big place. We're so focused on ourselves and forget others are going through struggles as well, which depending on our perspective can bring us closer together. Exactly. We all go through a little bit of something. Big or small, we're all dealing with something. You never know what somebody's dealing with in life. Banana gang, let's go. Helping others helps me feel better about myself too. Yep, Sandy, exactly. Being of service to others is an enormous thing. That's actually like AA. That's like the biggest thing, is being of service. And it's great. It's great. Like, that's one of the most surefire ways to make yourself feel better and like you're making a difference, is to volunteer, do something good for your community, do something good for your neighborhood. Like I feel like I personally have been slacking on doing more homeless outreach stuff. I really liked the stuff I was doing with Hollow and Geechee, and I want to do way more of that. It's just the virus kind of put a stop to all that for the time being. Yeah, I still don't know what my love language is. I started learning about that a little bit when I started serial dating because I'd never have heard of that until then. But yeah, it's a great thing to research what love language is. Black and East, sorry I got sidetracked. The workout routines I've been doing a variation of the Murph, which is I basically do 300 sit-ups, 300 push-ups, and 400 squats in under 20 minutes. So that's 20 reps of 15 sit-ups, 15 push-ups, 20 squats. You don't rest, just go through them. And then I do supersets of curls, front lateral raises, and weighted squats. I do 12 of each of them, and then 11, then 10, then 9, then 8, then 7, all the way down to 1. And I try to do that in under 7 minutes. And then at the end, I go outside and run for as far as I can. And yesterday I ran 2.5 miles, and today I'm going to try to run more than that. So, but running outside has definitely been a challenge for me because I'm not very good at it. I'm good at running on treadmills, which is, weak. Because it's not hard to run on a treadmill, but I was cooking on a treadmill. I was running like 8 to 10 miles a day for a while, but I want to get up to running outside like at least 4 miles a day. I want to get up there really bad, but it's been fucking hard. I'm not used to running outside at all. Yep, that routine is a full body workout, and I do it every single day. I don't give my body any time to rest, and it's been feeling really good, to be honest with you. Yeah, that's essentially burpees, for sure. Avo, I've never really dated and always just produced music. I feel like I haven't gotten out there as much as I should, and I'm 26 this year. Do you think I should get out there more instead of waiting? Yo, man, I think you should do whatever you feel comfortable with. There's no, time that's like, oh, you should be doing this. You should be dating. You're 26. Why aren't you dating? A lot of people would look at me and be like, you're 35. Why aren't you married? All my friends are married. Some of my friends have kids. It's like, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment and I have a roommate. Like, my lifestyle is vastly different than a lot of other people's my age. But the thing is, it's right for me. It's what makes me happy. So really, all that boils down to, Rashid, is what makes you happy? Do you want to date somebody? Is that something you ever want to do? If so, go and try it. It's fine. You don't need to wait for a time. But also, if you don't feel comfortable dating and you'd rather just focus on you, that's appropriate as well. And there's no time stamp on you should be doing this by this age. I think that's a horrible pressure that society puts on us, especially more honestly on women, or of like, you have to have kids by 30. If you don't, the clock's ticking, There's small truth to that, but at the same time, the pressure that society puts on us to be a certain place in our lives is so tremendous that it can feel like literally suffocating, and that we have to just go out and just find somebody to be with forever, and we have to be with somebody forever by this age, or else we're fucking up in life and we're not doing the right thing. Or even further, having your career by a certain age doesn't matter either. There's no fucking timestamp on life. You can do whatever you want, whatever makes you feel comfortable, whatever is right for you. So exactly, trippy hippie. The ticking clock argument is so silly. We all want to be someone else, and the moment we want to be something, we are no longer free. Exactly, totally. Just be you. You're right where you need to be. It's the right place for you. Hey, man, and I'm 35 and I'm single, and I'm probably gonna be single for a really long time too. But it's the right thing for me to do. I'm doing wonderful things for myself, and I'm really proud of the person that I am turning into and that I'm becoming every day. Can't wait things on romantic relationships. Very true. How did I start working with URL? Diz hit up URL and told them to work with me, and then I told them I wasn't king of the dot staff because everybody thought I was king of the dot staff for a real long time. Exactly, the Imperial. As long as you're happy, it's fine. If you want something, though, you should go after it. That's the thing, is like if you want to get married, you should try to move towards it. There's nothing wrong with that. But if it's something that you're like, I don't really feel right now. I feel like there's a lot more I could do being alone and single that I can't really accomplish being married. Then you should do that. You should do whatever it feels correct with yourself and your heart. Thanks, Gamble. Appreciate that, my man. Thank you, dude. Whenever I get sad or depressed, I want to drink to suppress it. Emmett, exactly. That's Sandy. $2. Make you holla. Thank you. Emmett, exactly. That's the reason why a lot of people drink, is to suppress being depressed and to suppress any feeling of uncomfortability. Here, I'll scroll back up to your question that you asked. I'm 23 and I feel like I have a problem with alcohol. People said, no, you're young, you're just learning, but I'm starting to drink. I really need to stop or really slow down. Emmett, like I said, you can't let people be like, oh, you're 23, you don't have a problem with alcohol. Because guess what? 23-year-olds can have a problem with alcohol too. 23-year-olds can be addicts. Like, you can be an adolescent addict. That's completely possible. Just because people allocate being young with the series of it being okay to make party decisions isn't the same thing as you being an alcoholic. And if anything, it shows that you're wise beyond your years to thinking you need to slow down. Because I think if you're thinking that, you probably have a problem. And that's good that you're checking yourself on that. So, yeah, man. I think especially if you're drinking to get out of depression, then that means there's something else there. And drinking's not going to get you out of anything. Drinking's just going to keep you where you're at or make it worse. So basically, I think the wise thing for you to do is find a way to wean yourself off alcohol if you can't just quit cold turkey. And if you're depressed, honestly, man, go get therapy. Go get a therapist. I know that this time isn't the best for therapy because a lot of therapists are closed, but there's online therapy available. And yeah, I think that's the best thing you can do, is not drink and try to work through your issues with a clear mind, because drinking's not going to help them. My biggest problem when I was actively in addiction was not caring because of a lack of purpose. Yeah, for sure. I can empathize with that too. Like feeling you have no purpose, so you drink because you're like, what else is there to do? Might as well just drink. Philip, how can I support my friend who might have COVID and she's currently in self-quarantine? Just be there for her as much as possibly for like emotional support, and be as communicative with her as you can. Obviously, you can't physically be there, but people want connection during these times. People want to talk to somebody during these times. That's why everybody's doing these Facebook hangouts. Everybody's doing these like Zoom, like happy hour things. It's because people miss their friends and they want to see other people. So Philip, if you can just call your friend, FaceTime with her, I think that's the most powerful thing you can do, and just let her know that you're here for her whenever she wants to talk about anything. If she's feeling scared about like her sickness, if she's feeling like bad, if she wants to laugh, like blah blah blah, just like know that you're there for her. House Party app, yep, I downloaded that, but I got rid of it. But yeah, I heard it's good. Hey Avo, I'm officially 3 months sober after 15 years of alcoholism. I just wanted to say thank you for all you do and the enormous support you show to others. Max P03, congrats on the 3 months sober. That is enormous. Deserve a round of applause for that. Fuck yeah, man. That's big, dude. 15 years of alcoholism too. Wow, that's huge. Congrats on that. That's big. Proud of you, my man. Rashid, do I believe in hypnotherapy? Yes, I do. I know people that have had wonderful results from it, and to be honest, I'm gonna try it. When this thing all clears up, I was looking into trying it before this all happened, but yeah. Jesse Smith, you probably answered this before, but what was your moment of clarity when it came to getting sober? For me, it was when I was hospitalized for alcohol poisoning twice in the same week. Wow, I'm sorry to hear about that, Jesse, that you were hospitalized twice for alcohol poisoning. That's really rough. That sucks. My moment of clarity was when I lost a relationship that I really cared about. And that's what I've been dealing with for the past 2 years, is the heartbreak from that. But I got out of that relationship, unfortunately. It was for the better, and there was just things that I was like, I want to change myself. I want to be a person that I'm proud of, and how much I drink is not an aspect of me that I'm proud of. I don't like this aspect about me at all, and I want it to stop. That's it. And then I got sober, and it's like one of the best decisions I've ever made. And cupping, I feel like I need it. I've heard about cupping too. Yeah, I mean, I know one of my close friends, she did hypnotherapy, and it did insane things for her. Like, it really, really brought like deep-rooted unconscious memories out that I'm like, man, I want to see if I can get something like that. I just want to know what's there, you know? I want to try it. I'm open to all forms of therapy. I'm a very, very firm believer in therapy, and I'm open to every single aspect about it. Nothing but positivity and trying to make moves in life. Scotty, you're killing it, man. You're fucking doing good, man. Seeing is opening a center to treat addicts with marijuana. Scott Storches. That's pretty interesting, the Imperial. Well, thank y'all. I really appreciate it. It's definitely been difficult, but the support and inspiration from people like y'all that makes me keep going. Thank y'all truly. Max, just keep it up, man. You're doing a great job. Being 3 months sober is a humongous accomplishment, man. Congrats on that. You got this shit. Trippy Hippie, after making that decision, what were your first steps? Did I go cold turkey? Yes, I did. I went straight up cold turkey. I'd quit drinking in the past for 100 days, so I was kind of used to it. And basically honestly, I wasn't like, I'm just going to quit drinking forever. What I did was I said, I'm going to quit drinking for a year. And that was a really big number for me. I was like, damn, because when I first got out of my relationship, I was drinking. I really went off the deep end and started drinking a lot for about a month. I was drinking every day heavily, like getting really drunk every day. And then I think there was one day that I went live on Ruin Your Day with a guy on here, and I remember I deleted it the next day because it was just so sloppy, and I was just slurring my words and just like, it was horrible. And I just looked on it and I'm like, I'm gonna stop this. And then I was like, okay, a year. I'll stop drinking for a year. And then I quit, and like a couple weeks into it, I was like, this kicks ass. I was like, I feel great. I feel a lot better than what I was going through before. Sure, I'm still insanely depressed from a heartbreak, but I have such a leg up now because physically I feel so much better, and I'm in a sense of clarity that I wasn't in before. And then the year mark came and passed, and I kept going, and I'm like, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna ever drink again. I don't think I want to. And it's gonna be 2 years in July, and I'm gonna go to 3, 4. Like, we'll see. You know, I definitely don't feel like ever going back to it. Fuck yeah, Scotty. Love you, man. Doing great, bro. But yeah, anybody else got anything else going on? Emmett. That's me now. Shout out to Avo. Thanks. Yep, totally, man. I know where you're at, man, and I know that going through heartbreak and trying to couple that with an addiction is really hard, and drinking's not gonna make your life come back together at all. If anything, drinking is not the puzzle piece that will put your life together. You are the puzzle. You are the hands that will move the puzzle pieces into place. And all drinking's gonna do is just fucking put like goddamn Jello into the table that you're trying to move these pieces in, and it's just gonna make it harder It's not going to make it easier. It's not going to lubricate it up. It's going to make it harder. It's going to make pieces go missing. It's going to make pieces get lost completely. So all drinking is going to do when you're dealing with something like that is not be conducive to the grief and the healing. So you need to really get a hold of that. Scotty, you remember the drunken life? Well, good. Glad you remember that. Salute, man. I wish you the best. Las Vegas Carnivore, salute from Vegas, bro. If I may, I was getting over a marriage separation. I was drinking a handle every 2 days. 6 years later, remarried to a wonderful woman, proves we tend to be myopic, but if we just hold on and deal with the pain, we persevere. I agree with that. Moving through the grief is super important, and I know I hate the saying because it's not what anybody wants to hear when they're going through anything. It's still something that I don't like people telling me because I feel like it's a little bit passive of what you're going through, but this too shall pass is very true. This too shall pass. Your grief will pass eventually. Hell yeah, Kadeem. Raj, what's up, Avo? Besides drinking, did you change any food diet or any other good habit you adapted besides ditching drinking? Yeah, Raj. So when I quit drinking, I actually started smoking cigars more because immediately my mind was like, what's the next buzz I can get? Oh, just smoke a cigar, you'll get a buzz. So I started smoking a lot of cigars. I smoked a cigar a day for a good while, for almost a year. And then I quit smoking cigars when my father got diagnosed with congestive heart failure because me and my father really bonded over smoking cigars. So it was like, hey, if I quit, then he won't want to smoke a cigar with me anymore, and hopefully he won't smoke. So I quit smoking cigars about a year and 5 months ago, and I haven't smoked one since. And so I quit smoking cigars, and then I quit eating meat relatively. Like, I've been pretty good about not eating beef, chicken, pork for a good deal. I haven't done it this whole quarantine. I've just been eating seafood, and God, man, it feels so much better. I also try to not eat processed foods. I'm really bad about, I eat a lot of crackers, which is hilarious because it's like a random food to eat. But I don't eat a lot of like boxed foods. I eat a lot of vegetables, rice, shrimp, salmon. I make soup every day for dinner. I just try to eat a lot of like real ingredients, real foods. Trippy Hippie, appreciate that, my man. If anybody makes music, share some links. I'm looking to check some new stuff out. Stay tuned for RYD Radio Volume 4, coming soon. Did you ever have any nerves during watch episodes with big battlers? I used to rely on alcohol to cope with these anxieties before I got sober. Do you have any personal insights? JB, of course. I can say, first of all, like that first watch I did with Roan, Hollow, and Disaster, I got really, really drunk because I was very uncomfortable. And I was nervous about having Hollow, Diz, and Roan at the same time. Which is so funny because now I feel like they're like my buds. They're like my good friends, and I would never be nervous. I would honestly never be nervous about having anybody on watch. I could have Drake, Method Man, I could have like fucking Obama on watch, and I would not be nervous because this is my fucking realm, man. I'm super comfortable in this realm. Like, this is like, I'm not uncomfortable watching battles with fucking anybody. I've watched a goddamn battle with my own mother. Like, I'm cool with it. But yeah, I definitely used to get like that, but to be honest with you, JB, I'm not like that anymore. Things don't really make me nervous to the point where I need to escape them. They make me nervous to the point that I'm like, that's good that I'm nervous. There's a reason why I'm nervous. Like, even before, like, seeing somebody that like, if I was to go, like, over and see my ex-girlfriend right now that I haven't seen in, like, 7 months, like, of course I'd be, like, nervous out of my fucking mind, but I wouldn't want to, like, get drunk to be, like, more cool about it or anything like that. I'd be like, being nervous and having that little sense of anxiety is good. It's a good thing. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you more alert. Like, it's a great thing. So, no addictions, but love what you're doing here. Here to support. Started doing the P90X workout again. Cook my meals. Feeling better than ever. Just started a new YouTube page to show my beats. Cha got beats. Well, congrats on that, man. That's big, dog. Alberto, exactly. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys for tuning in to Ruin an Hour. I'm going to be live in 5 hours for round for round. We're probably going to be doing Ilmac versus Big T. And yeah, guys, hope everybody stays safe out there. Keeps yourself mentally and physically as healthy as you possibly can. Love y'all and have a great day. I'll see you later today. Peace out.